What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing out there? What's good? What's good? What's good? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you all. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to another Movie News Roundup show. What number is this? Number 39. 39. We are getting up there. Next week will be 40. And then we're going to be close to 50 and then the century. And I'm just going to be so happy about that. I really am getting, I'm liking this Saturday live, to be honest with you guys. So I think this is what, the second or third Saturday? I think it's the second. I can't remember, second or third, that I'm doing these on Saturdays instead of Sundays. So y'all let me know how y'all are feeling about that. Because I said I was going to keep it this way until, like Power and Hawkeye goes off just for like 2 or 3 months, then may go back to having them on Sundays. But if you guys are liking them on Saturdays, just let me know and we can do the dang thing. So I already have one of my guests backstage, and so I don't want to keep them waiting. It's been a while since they've been on my channel. I think this is probably the 4th time they've been on my channel. Yeah, they've been to one Movie News Roundup show. They've been to one spoilers review I have. And also, I think it was a Loki show. So this is the second Movie News Roundup show. And I can't wait to bring them in. Also, guys, you know that my lives, YouTube, I thought we got some justice with my lives being archived right afterwards instead of 12 hours later. YouTube was promised. They was like, hey, we acknowledge there's an issue. Got to clean house real quick. We fixing it. We've escalated this. We putting our internal team on it. And now they're telling me the exact opposite of what they told me before. They was like, well, maybe if you want your archives live, you should stream in standard definition, which is 480p. I'm like, wait a minute, don't tell me y'all had me buy, all this expensive equipment and stuff for no reason, but they giving me the runaround. So the live stream will be in a normal latency today, so it'll probably be a delay, but I gotta, just switch up the settings and the stuff like that to try to get this thing archived. But I'm having faith. If this one doesn't work, I'm confident the next one will. But before I bore you guys to death, I want to shout out Real James in the chat. Can't wait for the night. I can't wait either, my brother. Zia Latrice in the building. Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. I do appreciate it. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Also have Tonette Latasha Holmes in the building. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Nino Black in the building. What's good? Carla Kale in the building. What's going on? Avery. Oh, that's my middle name. We in here. Yes, we are. Miss Maccabi. What's good? Hello, hello. Melissa S. How you doing? Good seeing you too, ma'am. Thank you for being here. D Stizzle. We live, yes, up in this thing. And let's do what Zia Latrice says and hit that like button. And like James said, let's go, let's go. I'm Max coming up in here. Good evening. How you doing? Erica Patterson, what's up? What's up? Connie Guzman, how you doing? How much longer do we have to wait? I don't know. Hopefully not long. I think I was taking too long in the beginning, but my bad. Sim Shar, hey, you made it on time. I'm glad. Connie Coleman, what's good? Who else we got in here? Javasia Roberts, cello, what's good? Hello, thank you for being here. William Moloch. All right, so I have shouted out everybody, and we have 36 people watching right now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my guests, but we got 36 people watching. Y'all got to make sure you get some thumbs up when I bring them in too. How many thumbs up we got? 25 thumbs up. Can I get 30 real quick? Can I get 30? But guys, without any further, what's up? What's good, Buck Odie? How you doing? How you doing? But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and bring in my first guest to the show. This gentleman right here is very knowledgeable on movie news and entertainment and just general punditry. Real cool cat coming from the great state of Florida. That is Mr. Real James from Real James. How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing?
What's going on? Happy Saturday, Brandon. Thanks for having me, brother. I am so excited for tonight. And like you said, this is only my second movie news roundup, but honestly, this feels like home for me. So thank you so much for just bringing me on. I can't wait to talk about some of the headlines you sent over because it's a little spicy, you know?
Yeah, it is, man. And to be honest with you, bro, this was a hard week to pick topics because if you're watching live or on the replay, there's a link to everything in the description box that we're going to be talking about with the links, with the respective articles. But I only chose 8 topics, and I had a choice of 16. And I was like, dang, man, I want to talk about all of this stuff, but that would have been like a 3 or 4 hour show. And so I have the 8, of course, ready that I sent you, but I still have, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I still have kind of the other ones ready if we kind of want to freestyle it at the end or whatever. We're just going to have to see. So yeah, man, I'm glad you're here. And thank you for being here, man. I bring you in because you do feel like fam. You know what you're talking about. You know your stuff. You're very professional. So I'm like, I got to bring that energy over to my channel and also help you out a little bit. So, I mean, if you don't mind, man, I can put the spotlight on you and you can just tell everybody out there kind of who you are, what you're about, and what you got going on your channel. And then we can get this thing started.
Of course. Well, I appreciate you giving me this little bit of time to plug the channel. But like Brandon said, my name is James, or Real James, as some know me, REEL James. You can find me on YouTube just by searching that name alone. We do a ton of movie reviews, reactions, and we talk about all the news in between because lately there has been a lot to talk about, whether it be the live action series on Netflix because they're finally casting that Avatar: The Last Airbender series, or when it comes to Eternals, it's been a very hot topic. And then you have a ton of stuff going on this week, Brandon. I mean, anyone can expect me to talk about Hawkeye, which I just finished watching the first 2 episodes of tonight.
Same
so
here.
Good, Brandon. So good. But there's also a ton more. Like we just got done talking about Ghostbusters and King Richard. I saw your review, Brandon. I mean, King Richard is just aces, bro. Aces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We do a lot of that over on the channel, and it's just been such a fun time, and I'm just blessed to do this every single day.
Already, man. Well, I'm blessed to have you over here. People in the chat are loving you, giving you all the types of emojis and stuff like that. So y'all shout out to this gentleman right here. If you look on the screen, here is his channel. All you got to do is you see my channel right here. We're going to click home, but we're going to go over to this channel tab right here. And we're going to scroll down and bam, there's the Real James right there on the second row. And so y'all make sure y'all show him some love. Again, this is his channel. There's a link to his information also down in the description box below for you, just for your own leisure. And before we get started, just real quick, man, we already got a super chat in the building.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
I was wondering what you're gonna play tonight.
Yes. I need to get some more. I need to take some more time to get some more clips. But Akuma81, I love that name. What up, Avery? Showing love from Cali. Thank you so much for showing that love. I do appreciate it. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing. Real quick. Mara Sharice, another lovely moderator in the building, giving you some love, James. And ma'am, go ahead and put your information in the chat, Miss Mara Sharice, so I can show you some love too. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm ready, so go ahead and do it, and we can get that going too. But in the meanwhile, again, guys, I want to thank y'all so much for being here. And Mr. James, are you ready, sir?
I'm ready if you're ready, Brandon.
Yes, sir. And also, I'll bring that up. So make sure you guys are commenting in the chat, giving us a thumbs up, letting us know what you think. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I just want to again thank you for being here for the Movie News Roundup show number 39 right here. Like I said, we're getting on up there to 40 and about to be to 50, and I can't wait. Again, everything that we're going to be discussing today is going to be in the description box of this video for you to read at your own leisure. And we are coming to you today live at on YouTube at Just My Opinion Reviews, also at Twitch at Just My Opinion Reviews, Facebook.com/Just My Opinion. And you can also follow me and James on social media. All of our information is down in the description box below. All right. Oh, and just real quick, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place because I gotta just show this sister some love before we get started because she does such a great job, moderating. And that is Miss Mara Sharice right here. I want y'all to check out her new sleepwear line. It is JEMERIT.com. She has some lovely sleepwear, and she's also able to take a few pictures herself to model how lovely it looks. So check out your girl right here, looking also fine, also lovely with that hair and that fro. I mean, she's doing everything, just looking all nice and soft and silky and all that good stuff. And so y'all make sure y'all head over and show this woman some love. And ladies, get you some sleepwear for your men or whoever you want to get it for. Just go ahead and check it out. And you have that information at www.JEMERITE.com.
Again, Brandon, we can't pull any of that off, can we, Brandon? No, right?
No, we can't do none of that right there. So y'all make sure y'all show the sister some love. But getting on over to this first topic right here, first topic of the day, one of the largest companies out there when it comes to entertainment news and theme parks and stuff like that. It has to do with Disney. And as you know, James, there was a change in the hierarchy of power over at Disney recently. We had Bob Iger and Alan Horn, the two top dogs over there running the show for the most part. Bob Iger, the CEO, Alan Horn, the head guy over all of Disney movies, all of films. And they're out the door. We got our boy Bob Chapek coming in, right? And he's been shaking up some things, pissing some people off, especially myself. I have been very, very, very vocal about that. And here's your boy Chapek, but I haven't liked him. But I have to be honest with you, James. I do like where he's leaning with this decision right here. This is actually the first thing that I can say that I kind of agree with. But let me stop beating around the bush. I have come up to the first topic of the day. I have this report right here from comicbook.com. It says Disney execs reportedly arguing over expanding Disney Plus beyond family-friendly content. Man, hold up. Now, this has been a discussion before I was born, like whether Disney should stay friendly or not. And with Disney Plus, like I said, like the article said, expanding, that's up for question right now. But guys, just to let you know, if you're watching this via live or on the replay, there's a link to this article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. But it says if some Disney executives get their way, Disney Plus may expand one day from serving only family-friendly content. Since the service was launched 2 years ago, the streamer has remained true to a classic Disney model, releasing only content that's suitable for the entirety of the family. That means absolutely no rated R content is found on the streamer proper unless unless you live in a market where Star is integrated with service. Okay, I don't understand that part. My bad, but I'll get to that. I know what they're saying right now. But this report comes from entertainment reporter Dylan Byers, who says the current CEO, Bob Chapek, is one of the main driving forces behind the change, while former CEO and current executive chairman Bob Iger is insisting the company remains family-friendly on Disney Plus. And the quote says, Bob Iger insisted on sticking to the narrow definition. One of those sources told me, Bob writes in his latest blog post, Chapek intends to expand it, but anxiety among some insiders is that the famously data-driven Chapek lacks the creative vision to do it the right way. Interesting. He adds, notice that Netflix spends insane amounts and makes a ton of crap, the source says. A handful of phenom hits in a giant pile of crud. Is that what Disney wants for Disney Plus? Wow. And lastly, there was also talking about how Deadpool is rated R, and Iger and Feige have talked about how that will be in the MCU and it will be rated R, so that may be the exception. But what's your reaction right there, James, with me reading all this, you gasping, etc.? I'm pretty sure you have some passionate things to say about this. I'm gonna let you go first, man. How you feeling about this, man? Let us know.
So I'll be completely honest with you, Brandon. There comes a point in time where these streamers have to understand that they're marketing towards a very wide audience. And Disney Plus is not just marketing towards kids anymore. Clearly, adults are probably even going crazier for all that content than kids are. So what they should do, honestly, is move forward with adult-centric content, but you can put it in 2 different spots on Disney Plus. So the easiest solution, honestly, and it doesn't take a genius to figure this out, you use what already exists, parental controls. So if a kid tries to go into the adult wing of Disney Plus, then they have to have a code. If they don't have that code, then they can't use it. But I do think it's a smart move if they do move forward with adult-centric content, because what it does is it doesn't tarnish the Disney Plus brand. Essentially, it would allow that umbrella to kind of expand further. And I'm not going to lie to you, Brandon, that Deadpool 3, I guess, situation, I do think Deadpool 4, if they come up with a Deadpool 4, is going to be PG-13, because Kevin Feige understands his audience. He knows that a lot of his audience would be, unfortunately, excluded if it was a rated R movie.
Right.
But I can't lie to you, Brandon. I think that's the way forward, is them expanding and trying to touch on that adult demographic, because there are plenty of parents, Brandon, they're not going to watch Hawkeye, but they would watch something that's a little bit more serious. Think of all the adults that watch Daredevil, and they probably never watched any other series from Marvel. I mean, because Daredevil was so violent, right? And of course, a little bit more graphic. So I do think that they need to expand and move forward. So I am with Bob Chapek on this.
Already. Yeah. I am too, James. You said it perfect, dude. Parental controls. I mean, this is not hard. It doesn't make any sense why they're, making a big deal about this. Even when you sign into Disney Plus, at the top, you know how they have all the logos at the top, Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and you can just pick which one you go to. Oh yeah, like you said, all they got to do, and they have the Hotstar app, like that's part of Disney too, and so you can just add that on. And I know there's, more of kind of like an international thing, and they're trying to still expand that to various countries throughout the world. But like you said, dude, just put the freaking parental control thing on there at the same place where they put the credit card information. Put the little 4-digit, 6-digit pin. Parental controls on or off, and plus you can have multiple profiles like you have on Netflix, on any streaming thing. They got it on Netflix, they got it on Disney Plus. I have multiple profiles. Just have one for kids, have one for adults. When the kids sign in, they don't have the Hotstar. They can't even see it. It's not even there. But I just don't get it. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Brandon. I mean, I just don't see the other side of the argument as well as I do in some situations, because for those saying, oh, well, this is going to make parents upset enough to where they're just going to cancel their Disney Plus membership because adult content lives on there. how many kids went to go see Eternals? And we know what happens in that one scene in the
Right.
middle of the movie. And do you think that detracted? No, it did well. The box office was going through the roof for Eternals. It finished like top 5 consistently, you know,
Right.
across
Right.
all movies that opened up during the pandemic period. So I do think that they need to consider that if they don't come out with more adult centric content, they probably won't hurt themselves, but they only have something to gain if they do move forward.
Right on, man. I couldn't agree more. This is just silly. And they, Disney, what they pay, like, was it 40 billion or 60 billion for the Fox stuff?
I think it was probably 60, if I'm not mistaken. It was a
Okay.
high
Yeah.
number, dude.
And so I'm just like, if y'all spend all these billions on this content, man, why are y'all not releasing it? Like, just that's so much stuff. If y'all are struggling for subscribers, I don't know. I mean, Disney Plus been up for 2 years, so why are we not seeing all this Fox stuff? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I guess me and you are in agreement here, man. This is
100%.
This is silly. This is an easy fix. I don't, like you said, I don't see the rationale of them not wanting to fix this or whatever. But
Right. And you know what? I know they have Hulu too, Brandon. So maybe the alternative is that they'll start allowing that adult content to live on Hulu. But the only thing is, there is no way if they make a Disney centric show, sort of like Marvel, a Marvel Studios product, that's not living on Hulu. They want to push everything to Disney Plus. If they could, I mean, they won't do it, but if they could, they probably would just close down Hulu and just have Disney Plus as the main hub, because they essentially want all that money poured in. But I don't see why they wouldn't do this. And maybe board members are a little scared because it could, like, I guess push families away. But at the same time, guys, when you take your kids to a movie theater, all these movie posters, all these like scary movies, and like all these like insane bits of graphic imagery, your kids walk by it. I mean, what are you going to put a blindfold on them as you walk into the theater? They're going to see these things. So it's essentially the same thing. They scroll through and they see this poster or whatever. I mean, you can hide it behind parental controls. So it blows my mind that this is even a huge argument.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So we'll see how this works out. But Bob Chapek, let me get a picture of this dude real quick. You've been tripping lately, man. You have, but lately, that goofy smile. I'm with you on this decision right here. So, let's get it together. And I'm rooting. I'm not like you right now, man, but I'm rooting for you. I want you to turn it around. So,
me too. Me too.
Good luck. Good luck. We rooting for you over here. So let's move on to this second topic right here. More about your boy Bob Chapek. This is hilarious right here. This is hilarious. And for the last topic, guys, let us know what you think down in the comment section below. But moving over to this second topic right here, he should be embarrassed about this now. D23 this week, and Bob Chapek speaks out on not attending Destination D23 2021. This is insane to me. But before I get my opinion on that, guys, just to let you know, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to the article down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But this is nuts. Let's see here. Disney CEO Bob Chapek and Disney Park and Experience and Products Chairman Josh D'Amaro were both scheduled to make an appearance at the upcoming Destination D23 2021. However, yesterday we reported that Chapek will no longer be attending due to scheduling conflicts. Now the Walt Disney Company CEO is speaking out. That is just a bunch of bull. On the latest D23 podcast, the CEO expressed his apologies for missing the event. I'm sorry. I had every intention of trying to make it this year. As you know, I've made it the last several. I really love that event. Unfortunately, this year, given the new job and given the tugs I get from several different areas, it's impossible for me to make it, but I will be there in spirit. According to Disney Plus spokesperson Jacquet, if that's pronounced correctly, Waller, Bob Chapek has a conflict in LA on Friday night and couldn't make it back to Orlando on time. She told Inside the Magic. Man, that is the biggest pile of crap, James, I've heard my entire life or this year. I mean, scheduling conflicts happen, but you don't have a scheduling conflict with the biggest event of your company when you're the CEO.
I feel like Will Smith right now, like, to your opinion,
Yeah. Since you're bringing up Will Smith, that's like Will Smith saying I couldn't make it to the premiere of my movie King Richard, because I like, what? That is the thing that you go to. Like, I don't know. I couldn't go to the hospital to witness the birth of my child because I had to go to work. No, you leave the job because of that.
Right.
Like I could go down with 50,000 examples, but you get it. This is stupid. The reason why, and I'm gonna try. I forgot to bring that article up, but the real reason why he didn't want to go is because he was afraid fans were going to boo him off stage. But while I'm pulling it up, James, let me know how you feel about this, man. What do you think about him not showing up to his own event like this as a CEO?
So Brandon, I'm gonna be honest. I almost wish you were able to like insert the clip of that guy singing, that "Why you always lying," right? Because he is lying, scheduling conflicts. I mean, this is the thing. If you are, proud of the product you put out, you attend D23. If you are the commissioner, for example, of the NFL, you make the Super Bowl. You're Adam Silver's not missing the NBA Finals. Like, there is no reason that he should have missed this. Now, okay, if there is something like in the family, maybe he has a loved one that's sick, sure,
Right.
but that would have been the reason. He wouldn't have said
Right.
scheduling conflicts. Scheduling
Right.
conflicts is a very easy way out. It's corporate speak for I didn't make time for this on purpose.
Right.
So I don't know how in the world he's missing this, but I do have a little bit of a guess. It's because he was in charge of parks before taking over, right? And what happened with a lot of his promises, they fell through. Galaxy's Edge, and we're not too far from Orlando myself. I'm about like a 3.5 hour drive. That was supposed to be much more than what it is currently. But the thing is, it's been 2, 3, 4 years now, and it's not as developed as it should be. There are so many things about the park that are missing. So I do think that his promises have fallen through, and he was afraid of the critics. And then you're coming off of the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit. So again, it's just one bad domino falling after the other. I just don't understand why you miss it, because now what he's doing is adding more fuel to the fire for all of his critics and all the cynics out there.
Right. It's a bad look, bro. Like you tripping, Bob. You just this is just easy stuff. Like I'm not trying to say being the CEO of a company, let alone Disney, is easy. Okay, I would probably pee my pants. I wouldn't, but I would be nervous. Let's just say that. But this is just common sense stuff, man. Ain't nobody saying you got to go up there and hype up the crowd. Bob Chapek in the building. What's up, my people? Nobody's expecting you to do that, man. Just go shake a few hands. Hey, thank you so much. I know y'all used to this, used to that, but I'm here now. We're gonna get y'all going. We're gonna get this Disney Plus. All right. And that's it, but I don't know, man. Common sense, I guess, is just not that common sometimes.
It's not. And also, Brandon, I'm not going to lie to you. Him skipping D23 doesn't make sense, because if you're going to make an appearance, make at least one appearance at Disney Plus Day, or make an appearance at D23, because these are both big events that happen within weeks of each other. So either you show face for Disney Plus Day, or you show face for D23, but you didn't show face for either. So what are you trying to accomplish here?
Right. And on a side note, man, I don't know, why was Disney Plus Day and D23 like 1 week apart? It would have made sense to have it on the same weekend, like so you can just flood the headlines, and it can be Disney everywhere. But I don't know. They must know more than me. So but Bob Chapek, you was winning, man. Now you're losing by not showing up. So we're gonna need you to get it together, sir. We are going to need you to get it together. So again, guys, there is an article for that down in the description box for you guys to read at your own leisure, and let us know in the chat what you think about this as well. And shout out to Struggle Reviews TV. Shout out. How you doing, man? But let's go ahead and move on to this third topic right here. Dealing with the MCU right here.
Baby.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And so this brings us to topic number 3. I have this report right here from the Hollywood Reporter. It says Doctor Strange sequel undergoing significant reshoots. Now, again, guys, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there is a link down to this article down in the description for you to read at your own leisure. And before I get my opinion, reshoots are normal. It's not anything to gawk at or just like, oh my God, the production is failing, the movie's gonna suck. I mean, Marvel plans this. They're like, we're gonna, do principal photography, go into post, but then schedule a month or however long to, we want to make it better. And so It's just normal. But they said extensive reshoots. And I'm actually concerned when we get into some of the details of this article. So let's go ahead and do that. This doctor is on call this Christmas as the actors and crew shoot 6 days a week until the end of the year. That's 6 weeks right there. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, the Benedict Cumberbatch starring sequel of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has been prescribed some reboots. Significant production. The new shoot is taking place in Los Angeles, and both additional photography and reshoots. How significant? Insiders say the companies are shooting 6 days a week. Sam Raimi, the director, remains, and Loki writer Michael Waldron is still on board writing the new material. It's unclear what actors, in addition to Cumberbatch, are on the call sheet. The crew is involved with the familiar Marvel method and work on recent pickups for the upcoming Spider-Man, No Way From Home, and also Moon Knight. One source downplayed the severity of the shoot. Even while the middle of production, Marvel is scheduling you for more shooting, this person says, adding that the size and complexity of Marvel movies often necessitates additional photography, which is true. Like I just said, they even said they had either bigger reshoots on other MCU movies, but this is a 6-week time frame until the end of the year. And so it just kind of goes on to say, man, that it kind of, they said it kind of feels like a completely different movie, you know, as far as script is concerned. So I don't want to just read the whole thing and bore you guys to death. You can read it because there's a link in the description. But come on, James, 6 days a week until the end of the year. That's pretty expensive, man, with all this new material. And it has me worried. It really does. Because I know Marvel is organized, but they're not as organized as people think. And that's not a shot. It's just what they do is very hard and difficult. It's not easy to make a film, to make a production. There's a lot of moving parts. But with the marketing we've gotten so far, where Spider-Man and the subtitle of the film, Multiverse of Madness, and then we're going into Spider-Man No Way Home, knowing that it's going to definitely tie into that. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous that Sony wanted to throw everything at the kitchen sink, and Marvel had to kind of make some adjustments. It was probably testing the film and as Spider-Man, and maybe some things didn't work out. Also, it was reported that Spider-Man No Way Home was supposed to come out after Multiverse of Madness, and they had to switch up some things. So this has me worried. You already need to have a clean production. You really need one when you're dealing with the multiverse, because if you mess this up, you're gonna mess it up for the whole future. I'm off my soapbox. James, how you feel about that? How do you feel about all this?
I totally understand where you're coming from, because even though I'm not going to lie, when the news first dropped, I wasn't concerned because of so many success stories we've heard come out of messy productions. No Time to Die, for example. They did not actually have a complete script as they were filming scene to scene. Cary Fukunaga, the director, even said there were scenes used in the trailer, Brandon, that he didn't even know where they were going to be placed in the story. And it just so happened to be, it worked as they were shooting day to day. And I do think the pandemic has hurt this production for in the Multiverse of Madness. However, I am a little concerned by the cast and crew crunching. 6 days a week working till Christmas is not ideal. And also, I don't think, especially since they've had all this time, I don't know if this means maybe Spider-Man No Way Home, because they also had some reshoots as well. I'm wondering if story changed. So if story changed for Spider-Man, story has to change for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I'm not as concerned, to be honest. I am a little worried about the cast and crew being overworked. And someone in your comments actually said, release the Raimi cut ahead of time. I think, Kevin Feige's been really, really good about letting his directors have that creative freedom. We look at Eternals. I mean, my goodness. Yeah. So I do think that, this movie will have that Sam Raimi flair, of course, with a lot of CGI. So don't expect the practicality and the practical effects from Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. Right. But I will tell you, Brandon, I think this is only going to help the film because it did get delayed so much that we are going to see a more complete movie. And hey, a lot of things have happened since then, right, Brandon? You had Loki that dealt with the multiverse. You have Spider-Man No Way Home dealing with the multiverse. Heck, even WandaVision touched on having multiple realities. So there's going to be a lot of different properties before this that'll hopefully allow this to flesh out and be its own thing. So I'm not too worried, but I understand your concern, though. I do.
Yeah. So, and this film has to do good, man, because I enjoyed the first Doctor Strange, but I didn't love it. And a lot of people, I liked it more than a lot of other people. I'll just say that. So
yeah, same. I love the first one. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's so good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. So they just got to come with it because I like the character Doctor Strange and I like Benedict.
Hmm.
He's a cool character. It's just the movie wasn't that well received. Anyway, but I'm glad you said you liked it because I'm assuming you do have Disney Plus.
Hmm.
So have you had a chance to check out any of the IMAX enhanced versions
Yeah.
of the Marvel movie? Because Doctor Strange looks amazing and with that IMAX ratio.
So
Uh,
it's funny you even bring that up. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings and IMAX Enhanced, that bus scene, you see so much more. I mean,
yeah,
seemingly like literally almost crawling on the ceiling at some points. I'm like, I
yeah,
didn't see this when I went to
right,
go see the film. So it is beautiful to see the IMAX Enhanced being added for most of the Marvel movies. Although it is funny you bring up Doctor Strange because the director of the first film, Scott Derrickson, he initially said that he never intended for the at-home viewing to be IMAX enhanced, and it was a very vague tweet because I think he's a great director. But at one point, I was like, is he beefing with this decision or not?
yeah,
Because there's two versions available, right, Brandon? You can
right.
select the standard or the enhanced, if I'm not
Right.
mistaken.
Right. That's crazy. I don't know why you wouldn't want the IMAX to be viewed at home, but
Right.
that's just weird. But Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, come on now. Y'all get it together, man. Don't be overworking these cast and crew, man. They need to go to bed and all that good stuff. And so before we move on to the next topic, let me go ahead and get this super chat real quick from Nicole CNC for $9.99. Thank y'all so much for these super chats, man. That really does keep the channel going. It really does. It means a lot. So thank you.
Yes! Yes!
Hey everyone. Hey fellas. Let me catch up before commenting cause showing love. Thank you so much, Nicole. We do appreciate it. Thank you. And
And I have one more
also,
thing. Oh, I was gonna say,
go ahead.
Brandon, in the Doctor Strange sequel, you notice in the article they said Benedict Cumberbatch definitely coming back for reshoots, but no other actors were listed. Excuse me. You know that they're gonna have Elizabeth Olsen. You know they're gonna have
Mm,
probably. I'd imagine Tom Holland might make an appearance in this. Like they're gonna
mm,
bring on some of these big names, and they're doing that on purpose because they're, I'm guessing, gonna have some scheduling conflicts down the road, and maybe that's leading to the extensive reshoots or even just adding more in terms of principal photography, because I do think that these actors were so busy on these other films that were delayed and these other projects that were delayed that bringing them into this film, I mean, we know we're going to see these big names. Like we know we're going to see Loki in this. It's just a
yeah,
given at this point. And maybe,
yeah.
just maybe, we see Jonathan Majors too.
We'll see.
Listen.
We will see. We will see. So yeah, thank you for that, man. And well said, sir. Well said. So let's what topic is this? Is this number 4 we're about to move? Yeah, this is number 4. So let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Still with the MCU, still dealing with Chapek and MCU bosses and all that. And I have this report right here from Entertainment Weekly. And it says Scarlett Johansson producing secret Marvel project that isn't related to Black Widow, says MCU boss. What? So I guess Scarlett Johansson has worked everything out with Marvel and Disney and Bob Chapek because she was suing for
But she got that money.
millions of dollars. But money talks. Oh, that little thing, that little lawsuit. Don't worry about it. You pay me, we good. Let's make more money. Let's make more movies. So that's what she said. But guys, there's a link down to this article down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure, whether you're watching this via live or on the replay. But Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige mentioned a top secret collaboration with Johansson. Scarlett is sticking with the Marvel family beyond Black Widow. Kevin Feige, the man behind the curtain, as president of Marvel Studios, announced during Thursday's night's American how do you say that? Cinematic?
Cinematique, I think is how you pronounce that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. You always be helping me with the words. Thank you. Cinematic Award ceremony for Johansson that she has returned to work on a secret Marvel project as a producer. Oh, I missed that. Okay. We are already working with Scarlett on another non-Black Widow related top secret Marvel Studios project with her as a producer, Feige said from the stage of the Beverly Hilton Hotel. He continues, Scarlett is one of the most talented and versatile and beloved actors of our time. It has truly been a pleasure to work with someone of her caliber, from the epic training sessions preparing for the hallway fight in Iron Man 2 to around the world press tours for Avengers Endgame to partnering with you as a producer on Black Widow. Working with you, Scarlett, has truly been one of the most memorable and rewarding collaborations of my career. And that man is just giving her the flowers. And so
100%.
From my very first few meetings, it was clear that she had a vision for this movie, how to tell the story, he said. And he also praised her deep level of character connections, how she puts Black Widow and to make Black Widow an ensemble. So he just gushing out on her. And so you guys can continue to read more if you like. But this is cool. At first, I'm just happy that there's no more beef between Marvel, Disney, and all them. It looks like that has been squashed. I guess that's what money can do. And I'm always just excited for new Marvel movies. And so they said it's a secret project that hasn't been announced. So James, what do you think about this, man? And also, what do you think the project could be? What do you think? So let me know how you feel about all this.
So it is interesting to see that already she's coming back and working with Marvel Studios, but I'm sure they're going to have her in one room and Bob Chapek in another continent, because there's no way that they're going to even be close in one room together. I do think because he qualified this statement with a top secret Marvel project, but before that said non-Black Widow. So I'm almost wondering, does he mean non-Black Widow as in this won't be a Natasha Romanoff like spinoff or whatever? Or does he just mean in general, like it won't have anything to do with whomever was in Black Widow? Because my first guess was a Yelena Belova movie, like an actual solo film for her, because Florence Pugh, she's going to be in the MCU for a long time. I mean, she's rumored to be in Hawkeye. I can see it happening. Like, I do think that she's going to be a big player for the MCU moving forward. But because of how kind of it's weird, Kevin Feige usually doesn't say this. He doesn't say non-Black Widow and give you more hints. He just says top secret project. That's it. But he gave you that qualifier. So it to me sounds like maybe Scarlett Johansson, she's probably going to be somewhere in the room for the next Avengers event film. That would be my next guess if it has nothing to do with Florence Pugh in the MCU.
Yeah, I have no idea who it could be, but I like what you said, that it could be a Florence Pugh Black Widow focus film. That would be pretty dope. That would make sense. You also raised a good question, like a Black Widow film, like a Black Widow character in the movie that's not centered on Black Widow, or just completely different. I don't know, man. I don't even know what I would want to see. I know I want to see her back. I know it would be nice to have her and Florence Pugh back to back kicking some ass. That would be pretty cool.
It would be cool, but I think Scarlett Johansson's probably done with the MCU, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she'll come back. I mean, I can't see it. I think that she had her swan song that she feels like came too late, which it kind of did. Wonder Woman set the stage forward for female-led superhero movies. But I just think she's done. I think she's trying to focus more so on, winning her awards, starring in more serious films, a la Marriage Story with Adam Driver. So I can see her taking more of those roles and less of the Black Widow roles.
I need to finish that, by the way. Marriage Story. It's just so much stuff out there, and so
I like it. I like it a lot.
I got you. You also got me excited to talk about Hawkeye too, because you mentioned Florence Pugh may pop up. Because we have seen those first 2 episodes, and I really did like them. I did.
Episode 2 was a lot stronger, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I heard some people complain about episode 1. Sorry for the sidebar, guys, but I liked episode 1 a lot. So I don't have any complaints.
It's the most MCU so far of the MCU series. Like everything else, WandaVision, Loki, even the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it did feel a little bit different from the MCU in terms of pacing and storytelling. But I mean, Hawkeye for me, I know we can only give our reactions, so I'll say what I said in my tweet. I think this is the most MCU out of all the MCU shows. So if someone's looking for that formula from phases 1 through 3, they're gonna want this show.
I agree. I agree with you. And actually, we'll come back to Hawkeye towards the end of this. At the very end, I want to bring something up. Marshy's out there talking about she's excited for Hawkeye. I'm excited. You're excited. And so, guys, right now we about halfway through. We got 100 people watching right now. So
no kidding, we do. Oh my gosh! Shout out chat.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. But we only got 73 thumbs up though. Can we get 100 likes? If everybody in here gives a thumbs up, we can get 100 thumbs up. So and it'll help out the algorithm to push this video out. If you want to support the channel, it's free. Just do the thumbs up thing. So maybe this will put you in the mood to give me a thumbs up. right.
I'm not in a glass case of emotions. I'll tell you that much, Brandon. I'm not feeling good.
Well, good. So before we move on, guys, just let us know also, what do you think about this news of Scarlett Johansson doing a secret project as a producer with Marvel? And what do you think that project will be? Let us know down in the chat. I honestly have no idea, but I'm here for it because I'm a fan of all MCU. And so there you go. But moving on to topic number 5, James, this is not a show that I watched growing up because it was before my time. But of course, I've heard about it. I've heard about it, you know. And when I saw the headline for this right here, look at all these people talking about thumbs up. When I saw the headline, I laughed hysterically. I was like, wow, I don't know if this was a joke, if they trolling, you know, or what's going on. But y'all, this brings us to the 5th topic of the day. Your boy Kevin Hart is coming through to be in a Different Stroke special. Different Stroke special. And I got this report right here from New York Post. Kevin Hart to play Gary Coleman role in Different Stroke special. What the hell is going on? I wish I would have seen his face when this came about. I don't know. He may have been the one that offered to do this. But guys, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to this article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And it says, I didn't even read this myself yet. Kevin Hart is set to play Arnold Jackson in the ABC special recreating episodes of the iconic sitcom Different Strokes. Arnold was originally played by Gary Coleman on the left. And so let me get a quote in here. Let me see. Well, real quick, Kevin Hart is set to play the network. Was this December 7th? John Lithgow is set to star as Mr. McDermott, while Damon Wayans will play Willis Jackson and Ann Dowd will play Mrs. Garrett. However, Hart's casting as Arnold that is attracting the most buzz on Twitter. Several pundits wondered how Hart 42 would be able to effectively embody the character of Arnold, who was originally played by Gary Oldman when he was a teen or a tween, excuse me. Why would you hire Kevin Hart for real to play a child when you can have maybe given a chance to an adult child to do something historical? That's the elephant in the room question. Another chimed in claiming that the pint-sized Hart, who is 5'4" and frequently posts fun at his own height, was the same size as Coleman was on the show. Really? I didn't know that. Good choice, Kevin Hart, for real. Can use Gary as wardrobe. Ha ha ha. That's funny. And so yeah, guys, I don't know if anybody in the chat actually watched this show. Because you know, like I said, it's before my time, but of course I've heard about this all my life. I'm pretty sure you have too, James. This is funny to me. They raise a lot of great questions about why you're hiring a grown man instead of a child, but Kevin Hart is short, as we all know. Hey, I'm gonna check it out. I want Kevin Hart to win, but I'm not excited about it, James. How are you feeling about all this?
Listen, Brandon. This is a very clear case of them casting for name rather than casting for the role, because just like that one Twitter user said, they took the thoughts right out of my own mind. Like, you should give this to an actual child, because can you imagine having this on a resume for your first breakout role? And not only are people going to watch this from all ages, but you're going to be able to, I don't know, take off from this point. This is really one of those roles where I think that they could have given it to an actual tween, but instead they gave it to the big named A-lister. And Kevin Hart, I like Kevin Hart. I think he's hilarious, and I do love his work ethic, and that he even tried to branch out and do more drama with fatherhood on Netflix. But I think he'll nail the comedic timing and the mannerisms, but it's going to be just Kevin Hart playing Kevin Hart in this role. It's going to be way too obvious. I don't know if that makes sense, Brandon, but that's just how I can just assume it's going to go.
It makes perfect sense, man. I do agree with you. He does play himself in a lot of movies. Besides, what was the last one that you just mentioned that he had on Netflix?
Fatherhood.
Yeah, that was really good. That I got to give him credit. Yeah, it was probably one of the best acting performances I've seen from him. So that kind of
100%.
that kind of gave me faith in because I mean I like Kevin Hart. I'm wanting to win. I'm a fan, but he was kind of getting old to me. I kind of got sick of the short jokes. Just in general, I get sick of jokes when people are constantly making fun of themselves, like him talking about he's short. Rebel Wilson used to always make the jokes about how fat she is, and I'm just like, okay, make the jokes once or twice, but when it's your main through line, it kind of just
low hanging fruit, right?
Yeah. And so, Lady Hotep, I'm tired of Kevin Hart and I'm sick of reboots.
I am sick of reboots.
Yeah, me too. Lady Zia Latrice says she agrees. And so the Grateful Gamer, there's plenty of little people that need work. That's true. And
The one thing I will tell Brandon, I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm sorry, you have to get to the comment, but it's just the thing is, I understand them trying to appeal to a mainstream audience, but the name of the show has a legacy in and of itself. So why not cast unknowns? Like that's the one thing I know we're going back to Marvel. Marvel does a really good job at casting those unknowns sometimes because their name carries weight. So different strokes, someone's gonna see that and they're gonna tune in, and it's gonna be regardless of whether it's Kevin Hart or not. So why not just give this opportunity to someone who is like looking for that breakout performance and that breakout role?
I agree. So well said. But Kevin Hart, it doesn't just get me excited, my brother. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I like you, man. I like you. We got to stick together regardless. So I'm here for you, man. I want you to win. And guys, if you want to read this, again, there's a link to it down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. And so there you go.
So Brandon, in the chat, one of your amazing audience members, Reggie, said that Gary Coleman is 4'8", not 5'4". That would be probably one of the many things the New York Post gets wrong. I don't want to dive back into how they cover many different issues in this country and beyond, but Brandon, I'm sure you know about their past.
Yeah, I was like, oh, do I want to find another source for this article? Because they don't have the best reputation, as you mentioned, but it is what it is. And Reggie, my brother, thank you for the fine comment and thank you for being here. And so we're gonna see how things work out. And so but let's move back over to the MCU real quick. And when I found out this news yesterday, man, I was excited. I was excited. But we got this report right here from the Hollywood Reporter. Your good old boy Delroy Lindo is coming to the MCU. Yes, Blade. Delroy Lindo joins Mahershala Ali and Marvel Studios' Vampire Adventure, and they have the exclusive. Hell yes!
Let's go.
Just let you know, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there is a link down to this article down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. And the report says Bassam Tariq, known for directing the rap drama Mogul Mowgli, is in the director's chair. Delroy Lindo, currently shooting up Bad Guys in the Heart of Their Fall, is in final negotiations. Y'all better sign that dude to join Mahershala Ali and the Marvel Studios Blade. The director, known for his directing the rap drama, I just read that, is in the director's chair for the vampire-centric blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. I mean, this is really it. I mean, do we get a quote from...
Yeah, they were super vague, Brandon, on purpose.
Okay. So yeah, well, yeah, he's repped by the APA, and he was just in the Heart of Their Fall. Yeah, I mean, it's Delroy Lindo. Okay, you know what's up. If you don't know what's up, check out his IMDb. But man, and also, what was the movie he did last year? The Five Bloods. Man,
yeah, The Five Bloods, man.
Didn't he win an award? Didn't he win a reward or an award for that?
Well, he didn't win an award by the Academy, I'll tell you that much. But I do believe the NAACP awards. I think he did take home something there, if I'm not mistaken.
Already. But this guy is fire, man. So James, let us know, man. How did you feel when this news dropped on your feed about this brother joining the MCU, specifically Blade? How do you feel, man? Let us know. You're excited. You're pissed. Let us know.
Yeah, I nearly hopped out of my chair when I saw this news break. I thank God I wasn't in a Zoom meeting for work, because if I was, they would have thought I was really excited about whatever was being presented. No, Delroy Lindo is in an MCU film, and it's in Blade. I think him and Mahershala Ali are two of some of the best working actors today. Mahershala Ali is definitely someone who can carry his own weight, but you add in Delroy Lindo, who's already a bona fide legend. I mean, not only in Defy Bloods, but he stole scenes in The Harder They Fall. Like, he was amazing as the sheriff. And I think that Delroy Lindo, and just I think this speaks to the MCU as well, they're able to attract talent that otherwise would probably scoff at being in a superhero movie. But Delroy Lindo is just that one name that if you don't know, now you know. And I think that when you see this film, when anyone sees this film, they're going to come away and he is going to be that one character. And I'm just going to predict it now. He's going to be that one character, that one actor that people will come out of the theater and say, you know what? He stole the show. And I can really see that happening. I love the casting. We don't know who it's for yet, Brandon, but if you want to dive into those predictions, we can. I'm so happy with this news.
My dude, that was my next question. I was going to ask you, who do you think he's going to play? And I got an idea, but go ahead. Who do you think he's going to play?
Oh, all right. I think he's going to play Whistler.
Yes.
I can see him doing
it. Yes. You got it, man. I agree. I think he's going to play Whistler too. And I'm cool with it, man. A lot of people were saying that they wanted, they wanted Wesley Snipes to come back to play Whistler. And I was okay with it. It didn't excite me, but I wasn't going to be mad about it. But if Delroy is in there teaching Mahershala, like, nah, man, you block like this, you do it like that, here go the weapon, like, I'm here for it, man.
And just even to think of those moments where Whistler, keeps it real with Blade, and they have those dramatic moments. When Delroy Lindo even spoke a word in The Five Bloods, I nearly wanted to sob at how beautiful the scenes were and how amazing and grounded his acting was. So imagine him with Mahershala, who we already know can deliver those tear-jerking performances. Like, both of them, and if you've seen the original Blade, I know you have, but if anyone else hasn't seen the original Blade, there might be a moment in the first film that if they go true to the source material, might make us all cry. So.
Yeah, and I agree, Nery's Blade production is looking better than Black Panther. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. That's is that the next topic? Yeah, that's the next topic. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I ain't mad at you, Lady Hotep. I ain't mad at you. Get your eye candy on, whatever we got to do to sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? So he's been around for a minute. Yeah. Look at this filmography. The brother got 73 acting credits. And let's see, how far back does that go? 90, 80?
Oh, it goes
go to
far back.
74. All right. All right.
Didn't he also do plays, if I'm not mistaken, as well?
I
thought he did stage plays. I don't know why.
See. TV series, TV special.
I mean, look at his resume. Oh my gosh,
the dude is stacked with talent, And people, I mean, he been around, but he ain't been like big mainstream until recently, or maybe that's my own ignorance. Like, what you talking about, B? He been mainstream to me.
No. It's true though. No, you have a good point, because nowadays mainstream is if you go on Twitter, can he trend? And it's like, yes, Delroy Lindo can trend now after The Five Bloods.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but I like that. I like that. So yeah, Delroy, we here for you, man. We want you to win, my brother. We want you to win. We want you to win, and everybody's feeling this in the chat, So that's what's up right there. Oh, I'm way behind on the chat, but it looks like y'all are. Struggles talking about. Listen, he has to be Whistler. It will fit so well. Yes. Whistler would be a waste of. Oh, Myra disagrees. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, Myra, who do you think he should play? Let us know.
Because I'm trying to think of other roles that he could even play. Right. The only other is the antagonist. Right.
Maybe, or a villain. You think?
I don't know,
thinking maybe is Deacon Frost? Is he a white guy in the comics, or does it matter?
I don't know if he is. I know in the film, I believe he was, right? Yeah, he was. Right.
But is it like if they race bend, is that gonna be like a big deal, or you think people would be pissed? I don't know Blade like that, but
yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. But there's always gonna be that one loud, vocal, and wrong section of the internet that is like, how dare you change the race of so and so? It's like, Brandon, I need to stop before I get a little I say something I'll regret.
I get it. Well, Delroy, my brother, we rooting for you, man. We rooting for you. 100%. Keep doing what you're doing, because we love you. So,
and before you move on, Brandon, I kind of wanted to entertain somebody in the chat. They said, I don't remember where the comment was. They said, you got to bring back Wesley Snipes. I got to ask you, Brandon, if they bring back Wesley, you think that overshadows the movie?
Uh, overshadows. That's a good choice of words. Man, I don't know, James. That's a good question. I'm on the fence because even if it does, isn't that a good thing though?
It is, but I also wonder if it isn't, because here's the thing. You remember in Space Jam: A New Legacy where they were teasing Michael Jordan and then it wasn't Michael Jordan, and that's all
Yeah.
everyone in that scene was even thinking about from that point on, and they were like, oh, maybe Michael Jordan should have been in this, and then it just kind of took away from that last act because it was that one joke
Good
that
point.
they were
Good
trying to
point.
make. If they do bring back Wesley and it's not at the very end of the movie, let's say, I almost wonder if it's that Ghostbusters effect, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I won't tell you who's in it,
I
but
haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
won't even say what happens, but so many people are like, I want the OGs back. And I was asking them, but why would you want that? Like Bill Murray, you know, he is very, very old now. And I mean, just I don't know if that's the intent, then will that take away from the rest of what the film was trying to build up? And I almost think it will.
Good point. I like that. I didn't think of that at all, James. You know, well said. Let me see. How would you feel if Wesley came back as Whistler, but he wasn't in the trailers or the marketing at all? It was just a surprise. Do you think it would overshadow that way? Like he came in the second or third act or something like that, had a significant role, but of course he wasn't the mainstay.
I
Think
would
that work?
actually, I wouldn't mind that as much, Brandon, because I do think that, you know, nowadays with marketing and trailers, they give away so much, and that's all anyone can talk about. I mean, no one's
Oh
talking about Tom
man.
Holland right now. Everyone's talking about Electro. Everyone's talking about Sandman, Green Goblin, and of course the other Spider-Man. And I mean, it's not a Tom Holland movie anymore. But if they keep it Mahershala Ali, and then they tease whomever Delroy Lindo's playing since he's been confirmed, and maybe they show like at the very end of a trailer, like you see like 2 feet walk in frame and it's the Whistler, and they don't show who the Whistler is. Like that might be kind of cool. I might dig that, because no matter what, you're gonna come away regardless loving the film if he does get cast in this movie.
Right on. And before we move on, Jaren215 says Wesley has to come back as a variant or something. We'll see. We'll see. Tara screaming, and it does overshadow the movie.
Right.
She also said she wants you to say, "Well, oh, I almost knocked the mouse off my desk. Dang it! I almost ended the broadcast. That would have sucked. Oh, I almost clicked the end button. Damn.
Oh boy, I'm so glad. See,
Dang, that would have been
God is with
horrible.
us on this live. I'll
Yes,
tell you
he
that much.
is. That would have been horrible to try to start this back. But she's saying she wants you to say what's on your mind. She says, "Say it." You know, that's up to
It's
you, though,
always the
man.
less melanated people saying you can't race bend. I'll just say that, Brandon.
I love it, man. I love it. That's why you're here, man. You know, and I think that's the first time I've heard a white person use the word melanated. You know, so I
My
like that.
girlfriend, I mean, she's helping me get cultured, I guess. I just started,
That's what's up.
I mean,
Yeah.
I started using salt in my food, you know?
Yes. Yeah, if y'all don't know James, he liked the sisters. You know, he liked the sisters. So,
Most
but
beautiful woman in the
I,
world. Very
I
thankful for
won't
her, yeah.
dive too much into your personal life.
You're good, you're
But
good.
yeah, he's into the brown sugar. But let's move on. Let's move on to, we got 2 topics left. Both having to deal with Black Panther. And man. It's very interesting. People laughing. It's very, I want to know how everybody in the world feels about this, but we're going to definitely get it with me and Mr. James right here. And so I have this report right here from Deadline. And I think y'all was saying earlier that this Black Panther production is ghetto and not looking right. And Blade is doing much better. And unfortunately, it has come to a halt. It has come to a hiatus. And I got this report right here from Deadline. Seventh topic of the day. Black Panther Wakanda Forever begins production hiatus as Letitia Wright continues to recover from her on-set injuries. Now, I haven't even read this article yet, James. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to be a surprise. Sometimes I just didn't schedule my time accordingly. But I don't know. I'm sure you've gotten into it, but before I get into it, I'm gonna call BS on this headline. I don't think this is the real reason why the production may come to a halt. It may be, but I think there's other reasons, and they may mention that in the article. But I just want, before I read it, I wanted to kind of just throw my opinion out there to the world, to the people. But it's let's go ahead and get into this right here. Deadline has the exclusive. Marvel's Black Panther Wakanda Forever has officially begun its production hiatus for the remainder of 2021 today, as it follows star Letitia Wright additional time to recuperate from her onset injury earlier this year. This morning, cast and crew in the sequel received a note from the director direct from Marvel Studios Kevin Feige, Louis D. Esposito, and Nate Moore, acknowledging the pause. It confirms that production will resume in January with Wright on board, but indicates that her injuries, which included a fractured shoulder and a concussion, damn, I didn't know it was that serious, were more serious than initially realized. I feel bad for my comment now. Deadline first reported the accident, which happened in August during a stunt on the set of Boston. Let's see what else it says here. Let me try to get rid of this. It's widely assumed that Wright's character Shuri will take on a more prominent role. Are there any quotes? Okay, here is a note sent to the cast and crew. As we wind down for the holidays, we wanted to send a note of thanks and appreciation for the hard work of our entire cast and crew, as well as an update on timing. First and foremost, this project is exceptional and something we know audience are eager to see. Hell yeah. We could not be any more excited to complete this film and share it with the world next year. Thank you for everything you've done to get us to this place. Unfortunately, we've not gotten here without a few setbacks. Running production on the scale amidst pandemic is not easy. In addition, accident August, and this looks like it's stuff that we already know. Turn into much more serious. Okay, yeah, that's the same note I read above. So they adjusted the schedule, and they're waiting on her return. Please look out for more information. Kevin, Lewis, and Nate. I just didn't want to bore you guys just reading because the article is down in the description box below. First of all, Letitia Wright, I'm very sorry that you're hurt. I'm very sorry that you're injured. And I wish you a speedy and fast recovery. And hopefully these things can get on track with this production. Mm-hmm. I think they should wait 2 or 3 years. And the reason why I'll save that part for the next topic. But the reason why I thought this was BS is because last week on the show, James, I talked about how the production of this film was put on hiatus because Letitia is not vaccinated. Mm-hmm. And they had that new thing came out, I think November the 8th, to where if you're foreign or something, or if you're outside the country, if you're coming back, you have to be vaccinated. So they was filming in Georgia and Atlanta. She got hurt, went to go chill in was it London or back home, wherever she's from, and she probably stuck over there. And that's probably the reason why it's halted or whatever. It's like, hey, your girl can't come back unless she's vaccinated. Now, I'm not going to jump on the train and call her a whack job or this or that because of alleged comments she made. But now, months ago, like a year ago, you know, she was apparently making some anti-vax and maybe some anti-trans comments and sharing a video online. That's irresponsible. But recently, it came out that she was on set trying to, whisper in people's ear about the vaccine. Then she came out, on Instagram and made a statement talking about that's not true. I believe her as far as that's concerned. But I just had to throw all that commentary out there. I don't know if this is true though, man. I think she may be injured, but I think it also has to do with her vaccination status. Mm-hmm. I don't know though. What do you think about all this, man? What do you think about just this whole thing? What do you think is going on?
It's a sensitive topic because there are so many different things at play. It's not a coincidence that a week after that report came out from the Hollywood Reporter that you hear, oh, okay, so now she's injured. So right. You think that would have been something that would have been disclosed earlier if that's the case, because Marvel has never seen a production, I think, as messy as Black Panther 2. And of course, it hurts that Chadwick is no longer with us. But at the same time, I do think that the production since then has almost been even messier. Like they haven't found their footing. And exactly. Of course, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But then you add in these different factors where Letitia Wright is refusing to get her vaccine, which is, it's a weird hill to die on. You know what I mean, Brandon? I mean, you would think that, okay, if I'm going to die on any hill, it's going to be about something that I think it's going to positively impact the community. But instead, you're doing something that would have an adverse effect on set because people are now a little bit more worried. The chemistry gets ruined a little bit. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for the weeks leading up to this production hiatus and seeing exactly how that entire cast acted, because I can't imagine it's as cohesive as it was before the pandemic.
Hell no. Oh, gosh. Right? Not even
and
remotely.
Not even. And I do think that it sucks that she's hurt. And if it's true that she has her concussion and that she has all her injuries, yeah, it's not ideal. And I do think that she should have had a stunt double at least, but maybe she elected to do her own stunts, and I guess that's okay too. But I do feel bad, I think, the most for Ryan Coogler, because this is a movie, this is baby. You know, he did such a great job with the first film, and now he's seeing all these setbacks. And I don't think the laws are going to change in the next 6 months, Brandon. I think that
No,
essentially
man.
they're going to be required, whomever is traveling in as a foreigner and not a US citizen, they're going to need their full vaccines, both doses, right? Maybe even a booster at this rate. But I think that essentially this production hiatus is as a direct result of her being unvaccinated. That's just my takeaway.
I am mad at you, man, and I have to also say I respect your commentary on that, giving your opinion but not judging somebody who is vax versus not vax. You know, I just appreciate you be like, she's stupid because she doesn't want to get vaccinated. I appreciate that, James. I really do.
Of course, because you know, at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I have been educated as of late when it comes to medicine, and I mean, if I could just speak candidly here, you know, especially in the United States, the Black community has unfortunately been, you know, not on the positive receiving end of the best types of medicine, and there's been a lot of bad malpractice lawsuits over the years, and I understand the disconnect. I just hope that she does make that decision, though, ultimately, to say, you know what, okay, maybe I will get vaccinated and I'll be safe, or I'll make the set safer for everyone else. So I can understand her decision, but I also can't understand that this is the hill that she would want to die on, essentially.
Right. Well said, man. Well said. That's why I have you here, man. Let me go ahead and grab this super chat real quick from another member of the family. Struggle Reviews TV. I said 19. $9.99, ma'am. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside.
Just start from scratch. They are clearly sabotaging Letitia. There are more problems with the $1 million film than a bootleg red box movie. Leave that woman alone. They clearly want to recast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some people that do want to get her out of there. I mean, that seems like a lot when you say it starts from scratch, but damn, man, they may have to. Like, I'm cool. I mean, look, I'm gonna get into this on the next topics, the last one, but you know, they do need to just slow down, man. This movie is scheduled to come out in November of next year, so a little less than a year. And yeah, it's I don't know, struggles. It's not looking promising.
But I wonder,
all.
Brandon, they can't recast her now. They've already shot so much principal photography in Georgia. So at this rate, if they recast her, this movie gets pushed back another year and a half, 2 years at most. And I can't imagine Kevin Feige being okay with Black Panther 2 being pushed back another year or two. Like, that is, to me, that's way too far off. And at that point, they might as well just consider taking a different route altogether, and that would be a huge rehaul in terms of like story. And oh my gosh, Brandon, can you imagine the amount of rewrites they've had to do with this movie? Oh my gosh, dude.
I have a question for you. Two questions actually. As far as Letitia not being vaccinated and her not coming back to the States, do you think it is I want to use a different word than realistic, practical, I guess, for them to move the production to London where she is to like, and that's a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of logistics, but you know, I've seen them, in my opinion, waste money on other things. But is it worth it, man? You know, is she being a diva? Well, do you think that's plausible? You think that's practical for them to, like, you know, move that over there? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Brandon, I think that it wouldn't be the worst possibility. It's a great point. I hadn't even considered that, because, you know, they build sound stages like it's nothing. You know, I mean, they've done so many productions, I'm sure, in the UK, but at the same time, is that just way too much trouble to literally fly out the entire crew, all the equipment, because they're on track to resume, I believe. It's after Thanksgiving, after New Year's, and I think maybe January, February timeline. So if they do that and they decide to go to London, that means everyone has to gear up for a move. And then that would probably take a lot longer, because you have to also consider scheduling conflicts. It's probably easier to film in Georgia and then move to the next soundstage for your other project and go and bounce between projects. But if you're in London, essentially you have to tell the other studios, hey, we're putting this on hold, and if they're contracted, hey, we got to finish by this time, it becomes too much of a, he said, she said situation. And then eventually people end up getting recasted altogether. And they probably want to avoid that completely.
And guys, when you watch a movie, when the credits end, that's a lot of people. All those people, the people that worked on the movie. And it's a Marvel movie, a comic book movie. The list is that long, so that's a lot of moving. Excuse me, that's a lot of moving parts. Everybody not getting broke off hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars with these paychecks. Some people may get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000, 80, $100,000, in that range. They got normal lives. They got families they got to look after and, do the kids' homework and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They can't just be flying to London or whatever to film, even if they do get a some type of incentive. That's just a lot, man. Also, I was going to say, could they work some magic and just use, because they've already announced that they're interested in having not just one Wakanda Disney Plus series, but multiple. I think they said like 4 or 5. So could they continue this hiatus, but just transfer all of the energy from Black Panther to Wakanda Forever into this new Wakanda series and work it in that way, so that all the stuff you've done so far just doesn't go to a complete waste? I mean, I'm just kind of just spitballing, throwing ideas out there. You can let me know if you agree or disagree with that, or whatever. I'm just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah, because it gets kind of tough, because if they do try to then branch off and write scripts and start production on the TV series, and then you're neglecting the movie side of things. So the greater MCU essentially is always going to have that tie in. Kevin Feige is a genius when it comes to bringing all these movies together. But at the same time, he has to essentially treat this as if it is just a movie and not just a tie-in to a series. The series can tie into the movie, but it can't be vice versa for most audiences, because most audiences don't even probably know what the heck happens in Loki. I have a coworker who just watched Loki for the first time, and I'm like, it's been months and we've had how much happened, Brandon, to where
Right.
the multiverse has already been talking about, and I don't know how you understand it if you don't watch Loki, but it's just so interesting to see how they can pivot and where they dedicate their time to now, because I'm so sure Kevin Feige is not telling Ryan Coogler to take a break. He's probably asking Ryan Coogler to put double time into the series as well. So I think that's a great point.
Yeah, man. It's so nasty.
It is. It's the messiest production, I think, across any MCU movie. I don't know if that, I think it is.
Yeah. Well, at least that we've heard of.
True.
Yeah, because I know what was the director for Thor: The Dark World? Was it Alan Thompson or something?
Oh, no, I know exactly. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, he shot the whole movie, but then they took control away in the editing room. I know he was pissed. What?
Because director wants final cut.
Yeah,
of course.
that's just, you just don't do that. But anyway, so Letitia Wright again, man. Let me try to get a picture of you, ma'am, just to show your face. Do I have one of you? Yeah. So, ma'am, we want you to win. We want you to get well and recover. So rest up, take your vitamins, take your herbs, stretch, do all that. Keep your comments to yourself. But we're rooting for you, Letitia. We're rooting for you. Sorry, these kids are playing outside screaming. It scared me.
They're listening to the news. They just heard it for the first time. What?
Good one. Well, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the final topic of the day, so we can get you kids out of here. Get James to bed, and I know y'all sleepy. But it still has to do with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Very, very sensitive topic right here for me, at least. But I have this report right here, and I'm uber pissed about this. But Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Marvel VP, who is Nate Moore of development, says T'Challa won't be recast. This is horrible. And guys, just to let you know, if you're watching this via live or in the replay, there's a link down to this article down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. You will not see T'Challa in the MCU. That's the first thing he said. That's what the quote said. So after the untimely death of our brother actor Chadwick Boseman in August of last year, there was question on how the MCU would handle the loss of a leader in the most popular series. And so, however, there was an interview with the Ringerverse podcast where MCU VP Development Nate Moore dispelled any notion that T'Challa would be recast. I'm being quite honest, Moore stated. You will not see T'Challa in the MCU. The announcement was met with some surprise by the host of the podcast, and more addressed the thinking behind their decision to retire the character in the film franchise. The thinking behind their decision to retire the character in the film franchise. We have to figure out how to move on from this franchise on without the character, more stated, because I think we all feel so much of T'Challa in the MCU on screen. I'm going to repeat that part again, because we all feel so much more of T'Challa in the MCU on screen. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. It's tied to Chadwick's performance, and there is no question that Boseman's performance is inextricable from the Avengers character. And are there any more quotes? However, the decision to retire the character of T'Challa within the cinematic universe has led to some complications with the upcoming Black Panther film. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The challenge for Black Panther Wakanda Forever is retelling the story without T'Challa. But more believes that the absence of Boseman and therefore T'Challa will bring a level, I think, of catharsis in people coming back to the movie without Boseman. No, because Boseman and the universe are one and the same. And so, yeah, guys, again, there's a link down to that article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. Oh, I can talk about this for an hour. First of all, I don't like these comments because I just think they're completely insensitive. Just the way he worded this. I don't even care if you started off talking about, I'm just going to be honest with you. I just don't like the energy. When he says, where did he say it at? Wait a minute.
Is it because I think we all feel so much
T'Challa
in the MCU?
We all feel. Who is we, James? You talking about the people at Marvel, Disney? Or are you talking about the fans? Because if you're talking about the fans, that includes me. You're not speaking for me, dude. You're not. Now, hold on. But when I was reading it, at the corner of my eye, I saw a super chat, and I want to grab that before I forget it, and it goes away. Because so let me grab that real quick. Not that it's insignificant. ER's grandpa, recast Spider-Man, recast Superman, recast Flash. All y'all have. So how come? ER's grandpa 517. Thank you so much, my brother. I do appreciate the super chat. Thank you.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
You do keep the channel going. Thank you, sir. But like I was saying, James, who is we, man? Because you're not speaking to me, and for you to make a comment and say a level of, I think, catharsis of people coming back to the universe without Boseman, because Boseman and the universe are one and the same, bro. That's your opinion, man. I love Chadwick Boseman in the performance. I love him in the role. I think he did a hell of a great job, as we all do. But I am not glued to him only being the person to portray the role forever, to depict the role. That, like, who are you talking to? Like, where did you get this consensus from? Like, there was no national poll of fans around the world that I knew of that this took place. So who are you listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like, are there other critics, reviewers, pundits out there? So they have a large audience of thousands of millions of people to where they're, voicing their opinions. Like, stop speaking for us, man. Like, it pisses me off. And it's like, bro, you half black. So I would expect for you to understand, do not take my hero away from me. Do not take my character away. And I'm on a soapbox right now. I'm sorry, but listen, man, look, as human beings on this planet, we all go through stuff. We all have our ups and downs. We all have good days and bad days. But B. Avery, when I have my bad days, one of the things that keeps me going is when I can say, man, this day or this moment right now really sucks ass. What do I have to look forward to? A Marvel movie. And that keeps me going. It really does. It lifts my spirits, whether it's Iron Man, Thor, or Black Panther, but especially Black Panther. I mean, I have been wanting to see something like this for my whole life. But you say that you gonna make a comment talking about what kind of energy is this? You will not see T'Challa in the MCU. Can you word it differently, my dude? Like, I am so sorry. It troubles me to say, unfortunately, you will not. He's gonna say you will not see T'Challa in the MCU. Why? And then dude, guys, I wish I had the video clips, but I was trying to put it together, but it was something wrong with my OBS to where I couldn't get the audio. But I'm gonna try to find it, and when I re-upload this, when I chop it up and I'm gonna try to include it in there. But Chadwick Boseman said it himself in the video. He doing an interview, and it's a white background. I'm pretty sure all of y'all have seen it. And he was like, I want everybody out there to see T'Challa more than me in the role. That is all you need. You don't need no opinion from me. You don't need no opinion from James. You don't need no opinion from Eman. You don't need no opinion from any other fan out there. Chadwick Boseman said it himself.
Yeah.
If you talk, I mean, like, what else do you need? The man gave you the green light, the torch. Look, he didn't say like, okay, I'm about to pass away, recast it, but he was like, look, it's important for people to see this character, for them to see the character, but not me. And I know if we all saw it, you had to see it. And for you to go on this podcast and speak and act like that just didn't even happen, it's blasphemous, in my opinion. I mean, I am offended by this, you know, especially coming from you. These are words that I expected from Kevin Feige or something. And I like Kevin Feige, but sometimes Kevin Feige can be a little tone deaf, just a little bit. You know, nobody's perfect, but I still respect the man for the work he's done. And he comes out and admits his mistakes, like, you know, how they whitewashed the Ancient One in the Doctor Strange movie. But damn, man, Nate, come on, bro. Like, alone, Chadwick, I cannot wait to, I'm so mad I don't have a clip. But Chadwick himself said, and you're going to see it now. You're going to see it right now because I just put it in the thing. But he said, you need to see T'Challa instead of instead of me in the role. And for you to ignore that. And I think in this podcast, they even said, like, yeah, we didn't even think about it. You know, like we couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it. Man, why are you not considering everybody else? Only way this would make sense to me is if everybody in the cast, Shuri and Baku, everybody, all the other Black Panther people is like, look, I physically cannot do it. Me on set without Chadwick Boseman, it makes my head hurt. It makes me sick to my stomach. I have to vomit. If that's the energy across the whole production floor, okay, I get it. People just are not in their right mind and they can't do it. But that's not the case. And I'm not, James, I don't know if I can support Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever with my money or Disney Plus. I mean, I don't want to just come to any conclusions, man, but you know, I mean, boycotting crossed my mind. It did, you know, and if a company makes a product, I don't have to be obligated to pay for it. You know, like I don't have to. If KFC makes a chicken sandwich, I don't have to go buy it. I don't have to buy Coca-Cola. I don't have to buy Nike, whatever. You get my point. I'm done, man. And so yeah, I'm obviously very passionate about that.
Yeah.
Let me I got suit. I don't want I'm gonna let you can talk as long as you want. I just don't want these super chats to go away.
No, of course. So
let me grab these real quick. Struggles TV 499. It's more disrespectful to his legacy not to recast. He would definitely want the character to continue on. It was very important to him. We don't give a yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Struggles. Thank you, Tyra. 100%. Also, we got Jaren, excuse me, 215, $5. Thank you. They had no problem recasting War Machine with Don Cheadle, getting rid of Terrence Howard. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Jaren, and thank you for the comment. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not gonna play a video. I don't want to f up the energy, but y'all, you know, I appreciate y'all coming in like that. So anyway, my brother, the floor is yours, man. How you feel about all this? Because
I'm just happy that you had the chance to speak on this, because honestly, like, you know, I do think your voice in this subject to me is more important than my voice and the voice of, you know, the chat right now. But I will tell you that at first my inclination was, when I heard the news of him dying after we took time to grieve and to pray, I thought, okay, wait a second, how are they going to handle the sequel? Maybe they shouldn't recast him because it would be tough for his co-stars to act with someone who isn't Chadwick Boseman. It's still too fresh. But then the more and more I kept thinking on it, I'm not going to lie. I think here's the thing. T'Challa was great because of Chadwick Boseman, but T'Challa is not just Chadwick Boseman. I mean, that Halloween, how many little like kids did we see dress up as T'Challa? Like, this character meant more beyond Chadwick. It was, of course, etched in history when it comes to superhero performances because of Chadwick Boseman, but the character of T'Challa, I think, should extend beyond Chadwick Boseman. And he said it, like you said, in his own words, this character is not me. I want them to see the character. So I think Marvel was a little they were emotional in their response to how they were going to handle this. Maybe, like you said, Brandon, maybe we don't know. Maybe the cast and crew thought, I just can't deal with Chapek not being there. So that was a decision Disney made. But hearing these comments, this is a rare miss for Nat Moore for me, because he's usually pretty on it. You know, he's had his hand in some amazing projects, but I think this was him being a little frustrated. Now, I didn't hear the clip. I just read the article with you, of course. And I do think he sounded a little frustrated. I'm sure he's getting the question from everybody. But that's the thing on a podcast. Sometimes your true intentions, like exactly what you feel is on your chest, you say it. And him to say T'Challa won't be in the MCU, that's like somebody saying, well, Spider-Man's not going to return. Like, no, Spider-Man's always going to be there. T'Challa is just as important as Spider-Man is for so many people. So why put them on different playing fields? You know, I think this is something that maybe Marvel should have taken a little bit more time to sort of digest and think about before saying they won't recast him. They probably should have recast the role, only because it's not taking the character or the performance away from Chadwick Boseman. That's going to continue to be around forever. But why take away T'Challa from so many men, women, and families that love these movies?
Right. I agree. James, you said don't boycott. Why? Please let me know why. Please let me know why. Please let me know why. And the thing is, man, last December when Kevin Feige came out for their excuse me, I forgot what event it was, but you know what I'm talking about. Last December, it was like
the Investors Day.
Yeah, the Investors Day. When he was like, they're not going to recast. Of course, I expected him to say that at the end, because the dude Chadwick passed away a couple of months ago. For him to come out and make announcements talking about, well, as you know, for the untimely death of Chadwick Boseman is unfortunate, but we've already decided we're going to move on by recasting T'Challa. All right, next we got Armor Wars. That would have been completely ignorant and insensitive, and people would have burned down Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, show some heart and compassion. So I expected that then, but we've had over a year to sit in this, you know, and nobody was, well, I can't say nobody, maybe people were. I wasn't, you know, begging for an answer at the time. We've been screaming over here from the top of the rooftops talking about, hey man, just push this off. You can delay part 2 of Black Panther 2 for a while, you know. Real quick, Jehu, $5 super chat. Spartacus got this done right. Thank you so much, Jehu, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. But hold on, we got another one in here. $20.
Love that.
Blurred Forever, sending some love from London, England. Keep on being excellent. Thank you so much, Blurred. And I wasn't going to play a video, but I got to, because it's the dub. And you know what I got to do for the dub? Hold on, where is it at? I need to bring that video over.
I'm excited for this. It's new for me.
Where? Oh Lord, I need to get my files organized. Where's the dub? Here we go. There you go. So Blur, thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate it over here. But this is a bunch of BS, man. I mean, I'm mad at the decision, and I'm just really pissed off about the delivery. You know, like, come on, man, that was trash delivery. Like, he just said it. He said it like we need, like we some begging children. Like, okay, look, you're not gonna get it. Stop asking. We made a decision. Move on. I mean, that's just how I took it. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, biased, whatever. Yeah, hold on. Did I get that? Oh, I said $20, 20 euros. Excuse me, 20 euros. My fault. Y'all correct me. This idiot. Don't be laughing at me over there. Anyway, thank you, Blur Forever. But yeah, man, this is awful. I'm not happy about it. I'm Melissa S. Yeah, the delivery was aggressive.
Yeah,
you know. So I don't know, man. What else you got
in life, Brandon? I learned some things where it's not about what you're saying. Sometimes it's about how you say it. And this is a case of a poor choice of words. So he could have instead, and you and I are not PR experts, but I'm sure we probably could have come up with a better response. If someone was to ask Nate Moore, hey, are you going to recast T'Challa? Maybe he should have said, we've collectively come together as a studio, as an entire cast and crew, and we've come together with the decision to not recast T'Challa. We know how important the character is to so many fans, but I think this is the best step forward to preserving the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. Boom. Much better, Brandon, than saying, you know what, y'all ain't gonna get him. And that is just, to me, it's too crass. It's just, it's not good PR, I think.
It's not, man. It's not. So, like, I kind of want to score up on him, man. Fight him. When I'm
No,
like,
Brandon, no.
bro,
We
like,
can't.
come
We're gonna be
on,
needing
bro.
super chats to get you out. We can't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But real quick though, we got some fans out there that Eman been screaming at the top of rooftops too. He got the petition, so y'all sign the petition. Y'all go over to, let me do this real quick, Eman's page, and if you do channel tabs Eman right here, if you just type in Black Panther, he gonna have see Black Panther. Okay, so he talks about it all on all these. Well, I'll have a link to it down in the description box below the petition. So y'all make sure y'all sign and take care of that right there. But because of this, it's kind of tied into it. I have this report right here from Inside the Magic. It says tens of thousands of Marvel fans demand T'Challa recasting. This talks about it as well. And the petition, of course, this was started by Eman. They shout him out in this article. I thought I saw it somewhere, but maybe I'm tripping. Um, yeah, a petition on change.org created by movie reviewer Emmanuel Noisette. And so, he's on it. So, this link right here is in the description box as well, for you guys to read at your own leisure. And yeah, I've been shopping Nike, guys. So, y'all can check that out. And we need as many people to make as much noise online as possible. I will also be tweeting out things. All y'all got to do is just retweet it, and we can hopefully get some type of change, because like I said, I don't know if I can support this film moving forward if they don't give us justice by recasting. So
Yeah, but Mara said something in the chat that I did want to bring up too, that recasting right now is probably not the best decision considering, well, everything else, Brandon, that's going on. So all that does is technically push back production even more, because you got to bring a new actor in, you got to get new lines, you got to rewrite the script entirely. Because my theory is with Wakanda Forever, they open with the funeral scene, they get it out the way, and then they just say T'Challa is gone, and then they appoint the next Black Panther, who I think was probably supposed to be Shuri, but well, this is happening with Shuri. You know what I mean, Brandon? That they want the next face of Black Panther as a franchise to probably be someone that they can take it and run with it. Even though, of course, Marvel Studios has put people as the face of franchises that have some comments that have come back up to kind of hurt them in the past. I just think that if they recast T'Challa, they're going to have to scrap whatever they're doing currently. And that's going to push this movie back another year and a half, 2 years. Because the way the timelines work, right, Brandon, it's just not going to be able to come together naturally. It's going to seem a little out of place, like Black Widow, which felt a little odd.
You don't want them to recast him at all?
I would have rather they recast him, but if they do make that decision right now, I think what it does is not only push this back all the way to production resuming in January, February, it pushes us back to 2023 and beyond, because they're going to have to redo the entire script. Coogler's going to have to go in, rework everything. So I think that because they're so so steadfast and not recasting him, they're going to essentially just they're sticking their ground, and they're not going to do it now. If they do it with the multiverse in the future, I think they could possibly do that with the multiverse coming into play. That might have saved them in this regard, to be honest with you, because if the box office numbers dip compared to the first movie, then you know what they say, Brandon? We got the multiverse. We can bring in another T'Challa from Earth 616 or whatever. So if they do that, I don't think that's real Earth. But if they do that, Brandon, I do think that, that saves their hide in that regard. But right now, I think would maybe be a little too late in the game, even though the more and more I research about this, Brandon, they should have just recast it. They really should have just done it.
Yeah, man, they should have. And unfortunately they didn't. But I'm still giving hope. Because I'm about to get noisy.
Hey, listen, I want you to voice your opinion, because that's the only way they're going to listen, is like if like people actually kind of speak up on this and it becomes bigger than what they anticipated, then this is only going to maybe push them to kind of rectify their mistake, if that makes sense.
Kevin Feige, Nate Moore, Ryan Coogler, Bob Chapek, listen to me. Recast T'Challa. Let the people know what you're doing, and just wait on this production. Like seriously, wait. You can either make $600 million with this film worldwide or 2.2 billion. It just depends on how you handle this. Take your time. Take your time. I know you may not want to, but listen to me. Take your time and get it right. Let Letitia work this out. We'll get her healed. Hopefully they'll change these regulations with this vaccine. I doubt it. And just just take your time on recasting, because I just don't think I can support this film if you don't. And only I heard a lot of people against that, but though none of those people I've heard talking about they don't want know anything about comics or anything like that. I don't mean to be rude, but it's a bunch of bandwagon fans. They don't know the significance, but I'm not trying to say that their opinion is not important, but I'm gonna just stop right there. So
well, no, I get you, Brandon, because there are some people that don't understand the significance of the character. I mean, that's a valid point. I think that's valid. I mean, I understand, no one's opinion is less than, but sometimes context can make an opinion a little bit more valid in terms of like, okay, this is the right decision, this is the right choice. And I mean, you're speaking to something that I probably don't even have that context to as well. So listen, who am I to be like, like, how dare you recast T'Challa? No, like, Chadwick is dead. Okay, we know he's dead and it's unfortunate, but the character lives on. That's the thing. They did it with so many other Spider-Man movies. They did it with so many different properties. I mean, dude, you know what they're gonna do with X-Men, Brandon? That's a new Wolverine coming in. There's no way Hugh Jackman's coming back. That man needs to, well, I mean, I don't know. He's getting up there in age, so I don't know if he has the stamina for these kind of roles. But like, I do think that they're going to recast Wolverine. It's going to be a brand new Wolverine. So what is the excuse for T'Challa? That's my question.
Right on. Well, guys, so you have any more commentary on that, man?
No, I don't, honestly, but I mean, I'm really glad you spoke up on it, Brandon. It's really good to have your voice on these sort of topics. I think your voice is completely important for these sort of discussions.
Well, thank you very much, James. I do appreciate it. I really do. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 1 hour and 42 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right there. I had extra topics to talk about as well, just in case we flew through it. But we spent some lengthy time on this. I also want to respect James' time, and I'm also tired myself. And so, I want to thank all the everybody in the chat, all 113 of you, for tuning in, and all your lovely commentary for the Movie News Roundup show number 39. I will be back next week, same time, same place, just going over all these topics. But again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Mara wants me to share this with you guys. I did my review for The Harder They Fall, and I butchered the director's name.
It's James, right? His first name?
I said like Jamez. I'm gonna see if y'all can hear this, because the director himself saw it. That's the director. He saw it, and I'm embarrassed.
And I didn't see this, Brandon.
So
the way the collaboration between him
can y'all hear that?
and Jay-Z was fire.
This is the directorial debut of James Samuel.
Yes, small.
Well, you know what, Brandon? It seems like he's a good sport about it.
Western.
Oh, Jameer Small. He was dealing with
Listen, Brandon, it happens to the best of us. If you want to, I can make you feel better about that situation, Brandon, if you like. I have people attacking me in my Belfast review, which is a really good coming of age film, right? Directed by Kenneth Branagh, who directed the first Thor. I mispronounced a couple of the actors' names, Kieran Hans, and I believe the other actor's name I can't remember. I think it's Katarina. But the way they pronounce, like, they had a little accent on one of the I's, so I mispronounced both of those names, right? And even though I apologize to the people who, like, might have heard that in that pinned comment, you still get those people that come in is like yelling at you. So I had to just say sorry to those people, and then they were like, "How dare you? You should be ashamed for even putting this review up." And I'm like, "Okay, so why don't you put your review up?" Like,
that's crazy.
But don't even sweat it. And you know what, Brandon? I'm not gonna lie. I think that's good little publicity for your channel there.
Yeah, hopefully. We're gonna see how it works out. And I was very embarrassed about it, but it's all good. I guess.
Bro, don't be embarrassed, man.
Melissa S, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat, ma'am. I really do appreciate it.
Yes!
Such a good show tonight. Love the combo and of Brandon and James. I love it too, James. You did a great job tonight.
Thank you, bro.
So
You did too. I want to kind of brag. Can we give Brandon his flowers right now? Because like the way you, and I've said this, I've bragged on you to my other friends, like the way you conduct your live streams is so inclusive. You're bringing so many different voices from all across YouTube, these different content creators and critics that, don't have this platform sometimes. I mean, you're about to hit 40,000 subscribers and I'm just on the cusp of 6,000, and it's nice that you recognize the smaller channels too, which is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. And I love your production. I love exactly how you've grown over this year, and I'm really excited to see where 2022 takes you, because I believe that God's got way more in store for you, Brandon. I think your
Thank you, man.
opinions are going to touch so many other people. They're going to get into the ears of those who are looking for a conversation like this. So you're providing that inclusive space. So I just want to thank you for all your hard work, Brandon.
Oh, I appreciate you. And again, man, thank you for all your kind words too, here and on the back end. Because me and James been knowing each other for a few years. We've been following each other for a while, and so yeah, man, you're really good at what you do as well. So thank you for the kind words. And again, Melissa, thank you so much for the super chat. And I was gonna say, man, I mean, you're welcome to come back anytime, any Sunday you want. Also, I'm gonna be talking Hawkeye on Wednesdays, and so if you ever want to pop in during that time, 8:15 p.m. CST, you're more than welcome. And so
for sure, I appreciate that, bro.
And before we head out of here, man, won't you want to promote your channel one more time and let the people know what they have in store if they go subscribe to you?
Of course, I would love to. So again, Brandon, thanks for having me on. And you can find me on YouTube just by searching Real James. That's REEL James. We just got done with a huge week talking King Richard, Cowboy Bebop, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and even a little Spider-Man No Way Home. But next week is going to be even busier. We're getting into Hawkeye. My spoiler-free and my spoiler-filled reviews are going to drop. House of Gucci is a film that I have some thoughts on. So you either might like my thoughts or you might disagree with me, but that movie debuts in theaters Thanksgiving weekend. So I got my review dropping for that next week, and so much more different reactions and news bites if I can get to them during the day. I just love doing this every single day. It's been a passion of mine for so long, and I'm just happy to have the platform, but more importantly, I'm happy to make the connections and have the friends like you, Brandon.
Right on. And so there you go, guys. You can follow James. His information is in the description box of this video, and also like you said, you saw it on my channel tab. Mara, before we head out of here, put your information in the chat one more time, my sister, just one more time. As far as I'm concerned, I have a lot of reviews that I'm gonna be putting out this week, and so I haven't put out a video since Spider-Man No Way Home trailer came out because life happened. And it just got in the way, and I was like, I don't feel like touching YouTube or this computer right now. But I should have had like 6 videos, but it's okay. I'll catch up. But here's my review for King Richard. Insecure. I'll be doing my live show tomorrow with Struggles Reviews TV, who was in the chat tonight. So where's her name not pop up? I just clicked her name. Where did her name go?
I love that you're doing Insecure coverage, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, Brandon. This season has been so good, and I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I really like Nate for East, but I just don't know if it's kind of like, there's something there that makes me feel like they're not gonna end up and Daniel's gonna come back on the scene.
We'll see. But tomorrow, 10 p.m. CST is going down with Tyra at Struggle Reviews TV for Power. And so just last thing real quick, y'all, a moderator here be working hard, so I got to show her some love. That's Mara Sharice. Y'all need to go ahead and head over to her website right now. That is JEMERITE.com. Follow her on Instagram and you get 20% promo code. You got to save the money. You got holidays coming up and stuff. You got to let them dollars stretch. But look at this sexy fine sister right here, man. Look, let me take the comment down so you can get all of it. Look at that. She got her legs out and stuff. She just put the cocoa butter lotion on. Look what she's doing over there.
No, you didn't, Brandon.
Looking good, and look at it. Just it just looks amazing. So y'all go ahead and get your sexy sleepwear together with Mara Sharice, over there on her website at JEMERITE.com. That's JEMERITE.com to go ahead and get you that night. I'm gonna put her one more time because she's just looking so good. But anyway, guys, again, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to the Movie News Roundup show number 39. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, and that's James, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.